Okay. What's going on, people? It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. Y'all already know what's going down today, so guess what? Now turn it off, turn it all the way off, boy. All right, how's everybody doing today? Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brandon Brevon Towns, and this is that show Sports Plus Life. That there sports podcast where we talk about all of the necessary events in sports as well as life. And over the past 3 months, it has been so much life to talk about, it has overshadowed the sports. And that could be slowly coming to an end. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. But how is everybody doing today? I'm going to tell you something. The summertime is here. It is hot as gas outside. I mean, I'm just not too long ago getting off of work, and it is hot. It is hot, hot, hot. Over 90 degrees today here in the Richmond, VA. But, everybody, it's Saturday, June 27th, 2020. And again, I hope everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. But I'm ready. Let's get down to business. Let's get down to this action. We got some things to talk about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it, bruh. All right. This is a first in Sports Plus Life history. I'm leading off the show talking about NASCAR. That's right. NASCAR.
Coronavirus.
But all jokes aside, the main topic in NASCAR has been obviously Bubba Wallace. He is the lone black racer in the main stable of NASCAR racers. And just a couple of weeks ago, with all of the civil unrest and the protests and the Black Lives Matter movement, he, as the only black racer, said, yo, y'all need to get rid of this Confederate flag type nonsense. And NASCAR did. 2 thumbs up to NASCAR. And of course, there were people who are unhappy about it. And, all of your Southern junkies who just insist upon having that loser label flag flying just to, I don't know what they're trying to prove with it. You're waving up a flag of a side that lost. I mean, only thing that you're really proving is that you are still pro-slavery even in 2020. I'll get into that later. Anyway, so I didn't want to say it was last week. It was reported to have been a noose found in Bubba Wallace's garage when the racers got to Talladega for their race. And Talladega is in Alabama, for those who do not know. And of course, there was outrage, and NASCAR did a full-on investigation, even brought the FBI in on it. And in the meantime, Bubba Wallace said that his mother told him that they're just trying to scare him. And so, of course, they went on with the race. And in a show of great unity, all of the NASCAR drivers and crew members pushed Bubba Wallace's car to the start. They all marched together. They all, stood as one. It was a beautiful thing to see. It was something that could be in a Hollywood script, in a Hollywood movie. So then, after that, the FBI determines that there was no noose, there was no hate crime. The rope that was there was basically the rope to close the garage door in the pit. So, of course, those who are against all of this Black Lives, everybody who's against the Black Lives movement, they just wanted to come out with the chest out. See, I told you. And I mean, it's just ridiculous, just everybody coming out. See, I told you he was lying. Dirty rotten niggas. They just want attention. And I mean, really, people were just coming out with that hate and then trying to say that Bubba Wallace is like Jesse Smollett, making shit up. But see, here's the thing about it. To those who don't know nothing and just want to jump to assumptions just because you want to keep things the way they were, feeling like you're superior to another person. So, and y'all can kick rocks, kiss ass, do whatever. But this is what I've learned, because I don't know much about NASCAR. I've never had a reason to give a flying fugazis about NASCAR. But what I did learn is that in those garages, the drivers are not allowed back there. So it wasn't Bubba Wallace who found the noose. It was one of his crew members who also was African American. And if you see a picture of the garage, it is clearly a noose. And yes, that is used to close the garage door. But peep this out. Peep this out. That's the only garage out of all of them garages for those drivers that where the rope to tie, where the rope to close the garage door is tied like that. That's the only one. Now NASCAR has come out and said, well, it's been like that. It's been like that since October of last year. So it's been like that since October of last year. And it just so happens that when the race comes to Talladega, the person who gets that garage with the rope tied like a noose happens to be the only black driver you have. Really? Come on, man. Miss me with that bullshit. Miss me with that bullshit. I mean, excuse me. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous because, like I said, people are coming out of the woodworks to just continue their show of spewed hate, not just for Bubba Wallace, but for the Black Lives Movement. Either way, they're spewing their hate for the cause of racial equality, and that's crazy. The people who are against this, think about this. They're fighting a battle because people want to be treated equal, and people are not okay with that. Think about that. How fucked up is that? The people who are saying things against the Black Lives Matters movement, like that jackass from Philadelphia who was ripping the signs off of the fence, and a lady said Black Lives Matter. Not to me, it doesn't. You're spewing hate because people want to be treated fairly. Think about that. How dumb is that? How petty is that? I mean, and that is a culture. That's just not one or two people. That's a culture. You know what I'm saying? I mean, America, I talk about this all the time. America is so fucking backwards. They're so backwards. People have to come to grip. This is why this is exploding like a powder keg, because people, particularly in white America, have tried to avoid, duck, and dodge the true foundation of America. America was built on hate. America was built on oppression. Every law that is a crime now that you can get thrown in jail for, this is what America was built on. Think about that. And there are people who still want to see things the way that it used to be. In 2020, it's crazy because people copy everything about black people, from our clothes, from our style of music, from our walk, our dance, our all around swag. But it's like you want us out of here, and it's crazy. It's just crazy because you talk about a country that's supposed to be home of the free, or land of the brave, home of the free, or whatever the fuck it is, and it's anything but. I've gone on this spiel before on this show, but it just trips me out. How in Germany there's no statues of Adolf Hitler. You can't wave Nazi flags in Germany. Yet we have statues of people who were for oppression. They were pro-oppression. They were pro-slavery. They were terrorists. Statues of people who were in the KKK. Terrorists. But I guess that's okay because that stuff was founded in America. Man, miss me with that, bruh. Miss me with that. And the people who are trying to just brush off the fact, it wasn't a noose in Bubba Wallace's thing. They were being dramatic, trying to get attention. Bruh, if you seen the picture, it's a fucking noose. Okay? It was a noose. And that's too much of a coincidence for me that he would be the driver to get that garage. Okay. Anyway. Let me get on to the NB of the A. I mean, it is back. There were a lot of people. Well, it will be back at the end of July. But, it was a lot of skepticism about whether the NBA really would make its return in July, late July, because, people who have concerns about, COVID-19, because now those numbers are spiking up, or the social injustice that's going on. People were coming at Kyrie Irving and Dwight Howard because they were saying, yo, we shouldn't play ball. I went over that last time, but, and then again, people are still uncomfortable with, like I said, the COVID situation. Well, the NBA came out yesterday and said, we are moving forward. They are going to continue their season. Nobody is going to be completely risk-free. And it's true. So Adam Silver has said, hey, we're moving on, we're moving forward. So the season will officially resume on July 30th with a game between the New Orleans Pelicans and the Utah Jazz, followed by the Lakers and the Clippers. Games to be on TNT. Now, make no mistake about this. The only reason they did this 22-team stuff, instead of just having the 16 teams that had playoff positions already, not all clinched, was because the NBA wants to find any way that they can get to have Zion Williamson be in the playoffs. Okay, cool, whatever. But I mean, let's be real about that. So I'll get more into the NBA. It starts in a month. I'll get more into that in the coming weeks. I still think a lot of people are calling the Lakers. I'm a Laker fan, but I'm being realistic. Avery Bradley said he's not playing. You're replacing him, I believe, with J.R. Smith. I'm not certain that they actually signed him yet. But, I mean, if you get J.R. Smith, I mean, I guess, everybody has had 4 months. Everybody has had 4 months off. So, I mean, they haven't technically signed him yet. So, I guess everybody will have had the rest during the time period of the completion of this season from late July to early October. J.R. Smith will turn 35 years old. I mean, it's an age difference with Avery Bradley, who was 29 years old. But we shall see. Like I said, I'll get into that when it is time. So, with that being said, wet a buzzer, wet a buzzer, wet a buzzer. Now, I know you guys are like, damn, that's it? That's all you got for us today? I mean, really not much to talk about because, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, baseball is starting up too, but I don't give a damn about baseball because, like I told you, their commissioner made it clear that you can cheat and get away with it even when you're busted. So, I mean, good for baseball starting a week before the NBA. 60-game season, so fucking what? Pretty much. So, I just hope everybody's out there being safe. Continue to protest peacefully because it is time, if ever, for equal treatment amongst all human beings, not just in this country, but in the world. And again, this is your boy, Brandon Brevon Towns. If you have not hit that subscription button, definitely hit that subscribe button and holla at your boy whenever I drop something. All right, I'll get back at y'all. Peace.